the day begins.
My vision ultimately is that we're transforming a school of 50 classrooms into a community of at least 100 learning spaces, and that the children might come in the morning and, like an airport destination board, discover where their classes are, like a flight destination, because the teachers have chosen the space for the lesson. Once that vision is being set or articulated, if I place myself in the middle, well, then it's all about me, not about what we're actually trying to do. You know, any model that actually sets up, an organisational structure that's like that in a school will inevitably finish up with administration on the top and vision underneath. I've got to keep this model working. Last year we visited lots of schools around the world, and we targeted as many institutions like museums or the like. We just visited them, bang, 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 and then came back from there, and that's influenced our thinking very heavily now. We enthuse the rest of the staff, but on any given day now there are far more teachers with classes outside than inside than there used to be. So that whatever we've done, we've actually unleashed the ability for the average teacher to recognise that there's a lot of great learning space outside of the classroom rather than inside, and the kids are far more enjoying it because it's hands-on, it's enjoyable, it's fun. It was downstairs in the Museum of Science in Paris. Just walked past it and I thought, that's exactly what we want for a classroom.
Beginnings and endings. I have thought a lot about beginnings and endings. Why do they look the same?
There's so much more ownership of the learning. The classroom environment changes within a lesson numerous times.
It's so dynamic. I love it.
And
it can change on the spot.
Love it too, because no two lessons are ever the same. They're always expecting there to be something different, and even in the middle of a lesson, the flexibility of this space is enormous.
I think historically teachers have, if I've got something good, it's in my room, people know I'm a great teacher. Whereas when you take the walls down, you remove that need to hang on to your good stuff and you share your good stuff. I think that there's a culture of sharing, and our students have that same culture. It's not about who did the best documentary, it's about how can we collaboratively all come up with something better.
I have an inherent belief that in that collaborative context, the collision of ideas will be the next generation of solutions. If you limit it to being the instructor, you're actually limiting the world of the kids to what your perception of the world is, as opposed to getting the kids to ultimately drive the process themselves.
One of the most exciting things that happened last year is kids came to me and said, we'd like to learn this way, so we've designed our own task.
Came and I said, we're going to design a game. I have Monopoly under one arm, Cluedo under the other, packs of cards, and we just spread it out. I said, these are games, this is our content. The goal of this lesson is to design a game that's going to teach the people who play your game about this content. That's what I did.
All teacher professional development is conducted as we want the teachers to teach the kids, so that no longer do we have one person out the front of a staff conference. You've actually got the staff immediately engaged in group work like we expect them to do with the kids. So we've forced ourselves to go to the level of professional development, replicating the classroom behaviour, and that's actually been very important.
We have learning opportunities for teachers every week where we can come up with our, take a lesson that exists and then make it non-traditional.
Another time we wanted them to experience the concept of space, so we sent them in teams around Sydney to look at large public buildings with space and with education, to then work out how did they reconsider the use of their own space.
That we're allowed to make mistakes in the zone here. Lou, the bosses, have allowed us to at times make mistakes. If you are fearful all the time as a teacher when you're working together, then it's just not going to work. But we learn from our mistakes, so we change things. We go, okay, there's plan A, let's go to plan B. And so that's what's really good, I think, and that's what makes it more comfortable and our relationship with each other more endearing.
So we've got this way of developing staff internally, that there's benefit that when other schools want to come, we've got people with expertise that spit it out to other schools. These teachers are encouraged to tweet and to blog and to share their practice with the community.
Potentially they could have a worldwide audience. So they're speaking out of this school. Their voices are not confined to within this school. From here, we can go to about 30 or 40 publishing projects where the kids are speaking by publishing onto the internet. And look how many visitors they've had. 18,000 visitors.
The day begins.
And here, as we've empowered our teachers, we've developed our pedagogy. They've been bursting for the place to try it out in. The new places like this building and the zone, they've just blossomed.
We have to, and we want to, and we need to. So we're covering it, we're just blurring the boundaries as to how we cover it and make it much more interesting.